The following is a special presentation of First Horizon's Green Sports Zone. This is the Baileyton Drug Company Jamey Palmer Show. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome to this year's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Jamey Palmer Show, where we cover everything on the Diamond Tundra with the North Greene Huskies baseball team. We'll recap the first few games of the season so far and look ahead at what's next. But first, as always, before we get into that, we need to get a quick billboard message in first. So we'll be right back after these quick messages here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone. The Baileyton Drug Company Jamey Palmer Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommy's Plumbing, and the Baileyton Drug Company. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Jamey Palmer Show, where we cover everything on the Diamond Tundra with the North Greene Huskies baseball team. As always, I'm joined here with Huskies head baseball coach Jamey Palmer. Coach,
hey Tyler,
how's it going?
Pretty good so far.
Feels like it's been forever. Quite frankly, it probably has been forever, but nonetheless, I'm glad to be back out here.
Yes, beautiful day, beautiful day. Wish we were playing today.
Yes, I mean, it sucks that this great weather falls on a Wednesday whenever you can't play games, but it will make for a great day of practice, I will say that.
Yes, we're going to have a little fun today, Tyler. We played good last night, so I told them just to wear shorts, and we're going to get out here and have some BP and get some good baseball in there.
Right on. Let's talk about the season up to this point so far also. You can go through it however you like, go through game by game, week by week, or just sum it all into one answer. But here we are, I think 4 weeks into the season now, into late March. How's your season went so far?
We're 3-3, we're 500. We started out with Gatlinburg-Pittman, had a great win against a quality team, 6-2, I think. We give up 2 runs, I think the first inning, and held them scoreless the rest of the way. Had Aiden on the mound, done a great job for us. He's really, I feel like mentally and physically prepared himself for his senior year, so it was good to get a good win against a quality team. And then we played Cosby that Tuesday. They're getting better. The coach is doing a great job over there. You know, we kind of scored a lot of runs against them, so, you know, it was just good to get a win against a region opponent, hopefully. Then we got into spring break week, and we're supposed to play Unaka on Monday, Tuesday, but of course they had basketball at the state tournament, and then they had, I know some of their guys were at a state skills competition, so we had to reschedule those games for later on in April. And that, I felt like that kind of hurt us a little bit by not being able to play on that Monday, Tuesday, because we go to Gatlinburg-Pittman again on Thursday at their place, and we just came out a little flat. Saw some good pitching. Just didn't, left a lot of runs. I think we left bases loaded twice, and of course we made a few errors, and they put up 11. I think it was 11-3 or 11-2, something like that. Turn right around and go back to Cosby that Friday and saw a good pitcher for them. I think he was young, maybe a freshman, and he worked quick, kind of kept us off balance a little bit. We finally figured him out about the 3rd or 4th inning and ended up putting some runs on the board. So overall, it's been a good first 2 weeks.
And then leading into this week, you have University High, which is a crazy start to your conference schedule, how you begin with University High, who's been running it the last few years. You take a 10-0 loss on Monday, but then you take a slim 3-2 loss in a very competitive game on Tuesday. You never really like to see conference opponents this early, but just in the nature of baseball where the season is so condensed into I don't even know how long of a period it is, or how short of a period it is, but seeing University High on Monday and Tuesday, what did you learn in both of those losses to the Bucks?
Well, we knew coming in that they had some good players coming back. One that I kind of forgot about, I thought he was a senior, but he was not. He's just a junior this year, is Cole Stevenson. He threw here on Monday, and he was lights out. I think we might have had 2 runners on the whole game. But I told our guys after the game, I felt like we swung the bat well. We just didn't connect with anything. Hats off to him. He was a great pitcher. Probably should be up for, I would say, Mr. Baseball in single A. They kind of put it to us 10-0. We had some good innings where we played good quality defense. We played clean, but then there was an inning where we had a couple walks, couple hit batters, and then they strung 3 doubles together. And it's just hard to come back from a good quality team, especially when they have a pitcher like Cole on the mound. But going up there to Milligan yesterday and playing them, our lineup was a little bit different as far as getting a player back that wasn't here Monday, so he pitched for us. And Aiden was on the mound and did a superb job. We played clean in the field for the most part, and first inning or two we put the bat on the ball and scratched a few runs against them. And of course both teams were just playing great defensively. It's probably one of the quickest baseball games that I've ever been a part of. I don't think it lasted maybe an hour and 20 minutes or so.
What time did it start?
5:30.
Wow. So the softball game started at 5, and I believe that game was over by the time that softball game finished at around 7. So,
it was right at 7 or so.
It's incredible how quick that game went.
Yeah, both pitchers were dealing. Both teams were playing great defense. Just a good overall game. It's one of those games that we let it slip away, I guess, at the end, but you got to tip your hat to those guys. You're on the wrong end of what you wanted, but I felt like that we competed with them and kind of had them on the ropes, I guess, so to speak. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but just let that get away at the end. So, even from Monday to Tuesday, our mindset was just going in and just go play. Tyler did a great job on the mound Monday. We didn't play clean and didn't play, good defense behind him. But then, it's another day. We go up to there and, our guys were mentally checked in, and I thought we played really well.
And you bring back a lot of the same staff from last year, only graduating one senior in Jake Duffy. And the losses last year to University High were a lot worse than they were this year so far. 16-2, 13-0, 11-1, 14-4, 11-1, 8-1. And then you come in and you hold them to only 3 runs and lose 3-2 in the second game of the year, knowing that you can play with them better than you did last year. How encouraging is that going forward into May, where you may see this team 4 more times? Yeah.
You talked about it early, Tyler, about the scheduling. Seeing the last few years, your best competition, and no disrespect to the other teams, but it's been UH and us the last couple years, and to see them this early, it's a little frustrating, but that's just the way it got drawn out at our meeting. With Hampton coming in, we had to rearrange our schedule, so we just kind of drew it out of the hat. So that's, bad luck on my part, I guess. I don't want to say luck of the draw. It's kind of bad luck of the draw.
Yeah.
But, next week we're going to see Hampton, so they're going to be good. So, I don't know. I kind of wish we would wait to start conference a couple, couple weeks later. The last 5 weeks of the season, that's when you play conference. But I don't know. It's just tough sometimes, knowing that you're going against good competition. Your guys have got to play. We've got 8 seniors this year, so and some of these guys that are playing, that are starting as seniors, they're having to play positions and pitch they've not had to do that in the last few years. So it's it's a good time for us, but some guys are getting some extra work in.
I have a lot of recommendations I could make to the TSSAA, but they never listen to anything I ask for. But the question that I've asked the first two coaches I've spoken with today, I asked them at the end of the interview and made it the last question. We'll shift it to the last question of the first half for the rest of the interviews. You're, 4 weeks into the season now? You get the basketball boys back directly from basketball, have to get them into baseball shape and into the rhythm of baseball. So this far into the season at this point, how do you feel like the team is meshed together?
I think we've done really well. The thing that's concerning me is, especially Isaac and Tyler and Jaden, they're athletes. They'll go out and compete. They can play. It's just the routine of seeing live pitching, live ground balls, and I feel like that's what's kind of hurt us a little bit in the first, few games. But we're out here playing, Tyler, and that's what it's all about. Is kids having fun and enjoying the game.
And that's the beautiful part about it. And enjoying the game. We'll enjoy it a little bit more in the back half. We'll talk about what's next for the Huskies and talk about the games they have ahead. But first, we need to get a word in from our sponsors first. So we'll be right back after you hear these messages here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.
Baileyton Drug Company services the surrounding communities of Baileyton with excellent patient care using a full-line pharmacy, over-the-counter selections, and a convenient drive-thru. When you visit us, you are treated as a neighbor, not a number. It's not just our slogan, but our culture. We're investing in our patients, local schools, and community. For over 5 years now, we have established ourselves as an independently family-run pharmacy that isn't driven by corporate goals. We are driven by what is best for your overall health and wellness. We're conveniently located so you don't have to make the drive. Prescription drugs are just the tip of the iceberg. We also offer natural remedies, essential oils, at-home medical needs such as walkers, rollators, bath accessories, as well as wound care products. And coming soon, basic urgent care services. What makes us better than other drugstores out there? When you frequent Baileyton Drug, you will receive professional, courteous, and friendly service that goes above and beyond any other pharmacy in the area. Remember, you're a neighbor, not a number.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
For over 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has proudly served the Tri-Cities with a personal touch because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet repairs to full plumbing repiping, we have the experience and expertise to get the job done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect solution for your home. Our technicians stand behind their work and always leave your space clean and spotless. Looking for a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommy's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours.
Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Jamey Palmer Show, where we cover everything on the Diamond Tundra with the North Greene Huskies baseball team. As always, I'm joined here with Huskies head coach Jamey Palmer. I don't know if I asked last year, who coined the term Diamond Tundra? Do we know, or was it something that just started?
I think that's just something that, I don't know, it crossed my mind, and I think I mentioned it to Lowe, and, there's times, Tyler, that, well, kind of like today, it hasn't rained in a couple of weeks, and we call it the dusty Diamond Tundra. So
I seen you blowing it off whenever I was walking up here.
Yeah, we need a little rain every now and then to keep it packed down a little bit. So.
And you got 3 games in a row here at home also.
Yeah.
Let's talk about them. Cherokee on Thursday, West Greene on Friday, Hampton on Monday. We'll start with the 2 this week. You play 2 non-conference games. Welcome Cherokee in here tomorrow night, and then welcome West Greene in here on Friday for some county action. So what do you expect when you welcome both of those teams in here to Baileyton?
Well, starting out with Cherokee, just heard that they beat Greenville the other day. So, and I know a few of those kids that go to Cherokee. They've had some older siblings that have played over there, and now the younger brothers are coming through the system. So Coach Fraley, he's a former player at Greenville. I'm sure he's doing a great job with those guys over there, and we're probably going to see some good quality competition, and that's what I want our guys to see. I think it helps you get ready for tournament time, and that'll be here before we know it. I'm sure Cherokee's going to come in here ready to play. We've not played them in a couple years, so just to have them come over and play, I think it's going to be a good opportunity for us. See some good quality baseball. And the same as with West Greene. Coach Sauceman does a good job down there with those guys. I feel like they're kind of like us a little bit. You get 15 to 20, 25 kids out, and that's what you got to go with. So, and he does a good job. His assistants. It's going to be tough for us. We a little short staffed on pitching because we have a total of 4 games this week. But you got to go play, see how it goes.
And then you go into Monday and Tuesday with the more important games, not to disrespect Cherokee or West Greene, but Hampton, knowing that they're the conference games. They jump back into the District 1 1A conference after 2 years being up in District 1 2A. So they jump back down in here, and in the first matchup back with the Bulldogs, you welcome them in here on Monday before going up there on Tuesday. So as you take on the Bulldogs and start next week, what can you expect out of them?
Well, Coach Seahorn was University High's assistant, and he took over that program at Hampton.
Heck of a name, Seahorn.
Yeah, kind of know what he's like. He does a good job with them. I think he has a little travel ball team that Isaac actually played for him during the summer. So I'm sure they're going to look to come in here and try to get a couple wins. We've kind of saw some games. I feel like they've got a couple good arms, and just probably got another good arm back from basketball, the Kobe Clark kid.
Yeah,
I think that's his name. So he comes from a good pedigree. So it's probably gonna be tough. We're gonna have to play. We're gonna have to play clean. We're gonna have to do the things we're supposed to do. Get the base runners on. We get them on. We got to get them in.
Coach, opening days today. Are you a Yankee fan?
I was more
I
a Yankee
remembered that.
fan
Okay.
when Jeter played. I like watching Judge play. Not as much now as I used to be. Kind of leaning more towards the Braves.
Okay.
Because they're closer to home. I like Austin Riley. I played third base as a
So you
high
gravitate
school
more
kid.
towards that?
I kind of like the way he plays, the way he carries himself. So, yeah.
It's opening day today, even though the Red Sox aren't playing today. I did wear my Red Sox shirt. I wasn't going to pull it out, but I did remember that you.
Nice,
I think you had told me that you were a Yankee fan at one point.
Yeah, I was. I like Red Sox have got some good players on there as well. So
I'm hoping to make a playoff run this year. I'm not expecting a World Series or anything, but it'd be nice to get out of the wild card round. It'd be nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But a lot of games here on the Tundra coming up. If you've got the opportunity, you can make it out on Thursday, Friday, and Monday. We'll look at the schedule one more time. Thursday hosting Cherokee at 5:30. Friday hosting West Greene at 5:30, and then Monday hosting Hampton again at 5:30. So it will be easy to keep track of what times they play. All games on 5:30 on Thursday, Friday, and Monday, and then at Hampton on Tuesday at 6 o'clock if you have to have the opportunity to go up there to Carter County and watch the Huskies play up there. But Coach, unless there's anything else you've got, I believe that's all I got this week.
Let's talk a little basketball, Tyler.
Yes, is your bracket still intact?
Well, I'm actually doing pretty good. I've missed about 3 or 4 games so far, so I'm better than I did last year. Who did you pick?
I'm a Duke fan.
You're Duke?
I picked Duke.
Okay, I figured you might go with Vanderbilt. They have
Vandy?
Tyler Nickel on his team.
They
their
do.
team. So, but you're better than him because you have an S in your name. So
Right,
you're better.
it's spelled differently.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. I went old school. I went Michigan State.
Oh.
I know
See, that's one right there. If you get it right, you might beat everybody because that's a very, I won't say unpopular pick because you can't call Michigan State an unpopular pick, but that's a pick that not a lot of people will.
I agree.
will
I think
pick.
it's like 1.8%.
Wow.
So I'm a Tom Izzo man. You know, I like the way he coaches. A lot of his players are players that have stayed with the program. It's not one and done or
transfers.
Yeah, so I feel like he's going to go out on top this year.
I'd like to see it also. Hey, I think this could be a crazy coaching carousel. North Carolina job's open now, so that'll be interesting to see who gets that. So you might see somebody leave one position and then another position opens up. So it might be like a couple years ago when Calipari left Kentucky and you had that crazy carousel. But games, I guess, tomorrow. And then I think Tennessee plays Friday. I think they're the last game of the Sweet 16, So not a lot of Tennessee fans. We'll probably see a few stay up watch that one, but I'm sure everybody over here on the East Coast doesn't like that game starting at 10 o'clock.
No.
We'll sit down next week and it'll be down to the Final Four. We'll see whose bracket's still intact. But hey, who'd you pick in the Final Four?
Michigan State, Purdue, and Houston.
Okay, Big Ten heavy. I like that. I like that.
Last year I went with Tennessee and they kind of fizzled out.
They make it to the Elite Eight last year? Yeah, I think they lost to Houston.
Yeah. So if they do good, then that's what I'll do every year. I won't pick them so they'll do good.
Right. It's a reverse psychology behind it. There you go. Maybe I need to start doing that with Duke. Every time I pick them, they never win it. So from here on out, I'm just not going to pick them. And if I lose all my bracket groups I'm in and everything, so be it. I'll live with watching John Shire win his first championship. But Coach, that's all we got this week. Absolutely. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company Jamey Palmer Show. Look forward to seeing you next time here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.